Hi friends, in this lecture we will study how to use the VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, match and XMatch functions of Microsoft Excel. We'll also study their differences. So imagine that I have two sheets with me. This is sheet 1 and this is sheet 2. For the purpose of understanding, I've clubbed the data in the same sheet. However, when you're working in a real life scenario, this data could be present in one sheet and this data could be present in other sheet. Now, in our first sheet, I have the headings first name, last name, ID number, and I would like to find the salary. In the second sheet, I have the name, the salary, but I do not have the ID number. So let us first try to find out how to extract the salary in the first sheet. Now remember, between both these files, the common field is first and last name. However, in this file they are clubbed together as last name comma first name, and here they are in a separate form. So first let us see using the VLOOKUP function. So I click over here and I type equal to VLOOKUP open parenthesis. Now it is asking me what is the lookup value which I want to look. So I want to look up for the lookup value as this. Then I will give ampersand symbol, quotation, comma, space, quotes, and again and then I will give this comma where you would like to look for the data. So I would like to look for the data in this entire range, comma, and you want to pick up the data from which column? From the second column. And then I want an exact match, so I give 0 and then I close parenthesis and hit enter. So you can see for Greg Reeves, the salary coming is 67,254, which is the same over here. And then I can just drag this formula down a couple of times so that we can see the status. And here I will use a command called as formula text so that I can see what is the formula which I have used over here. So I select this cell and hit enter and just drag the formula down. So this is the formula. Now just like you use the VLOOKUP, you can also use the XLOOKUP function. So let us try to do the same using the XLOOKUP function. So I type equal to, then I give XLOOKUP open bracket. Now it is asking me the lookup value. So the lookup value I will specify in the same format. First I select this cell, then I'll say and double quote comma space double quote. Again I will give and select the first name, comma. Now it is asking me where to look up for that particular value. So I will specify only this column, comma. Now it is asking me the return array. So I will select this column. That is it. I'll close parenthesis and hit enter. So you can see that for Lester Sherry, you are getting the result as 69751. And then I can just drag this formula a couple of times so that we can see the results, and I will also copy the formula text so you can see the result of the XLOOKUP. So the upper four cells I have used VLOOKUP and I have achieved the same using XLOOKUP. Now the beauty of using the XLOOKUP command is that later on if I insert one column over here like this, you will see nothing happens to XLOOKUP, but the VLOOKUP fails. Also, if I drag this XLOOKUP, drag the salary column from year to a new location, again the VLOOKUP fails. However, nothing happens to XLOOKUP. So I will press Ctrl Z and revert back to the original state. So here you can come to know the difference between VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP. Now let us see how we can pick out the ID number from this file over here. So for this, you can see the VLOOKUP will not work over here. So in that scenario, we have to use a command called as match. So I will select equal to match. I'll give open parenthesis. Now it is asking me what value to look up. So I want to look up for this value, comma, and where you want to look up for that particular value. So I want to look up for that value over here. Then I will give and double quote, comma, space, double quote, and I'll select this column, comma, and then it is asking me whether you want the exact match. So I want the exact match, so I select 0 and I close parenthesis and I hit enter. So it is telling me that Decker Amy is on the 4th row. This is 1, 2, 3 and 4th row. However, just getting the row number is not sufficient. I want to pull out the ID number. So I will alternately use the index command. But before that, let me also show you the xmatch command. So xmatch works in the same way like match command, except you need not give the 0 value at the end because it assumes that the default is an exact match. So I hit enter, and here I will use equal to formula text so that you can see what is the formula which I have written over here. I'll close parenthesis and hit enter. Now I want to extract the ID, so I will alter this formula, and instead to the beginning of the xmatch I'll use a command called as index, and I will give open parenthesis. So the first parameter which it is asking me is the array. So where is the data which you want to pick up from? So I want to pick up the data from this column. Then I give a comment. Now it is asking me the row number. So the row number is already provided by the xmatch command. You need not give the column number, so you can just close the bracket and hit enter, and you will get the ID number for Amy Decker. So you can just scroll a bit to the left and you can see it is C0197, and you got the same over here. And I will just copy this formula couple of steps down so that you can see the result. And I will also copy the formula text a couple of steps down so that you can see the result over here. Now you can achieve the same with the help of the XLOOKUP as well. So I will come over here, I will select equal to XLOOKUP, then I will give open parenthesis. Now it is asking me what value to look up for. So I will select this value, then I will give comma, then it is asking me the lookup array. So I will select this, then I will give and double quotes, comma, space, double quote, and I will select first name, comma. Now it is asking me the return array, so I will select this. Then I will say comma. If the data is not found, what to do? So I want to write down that it has not found the data. So I will say not found. I'll give close quotes. I'll give close parenthesis and hit enter. So you can see for Greg Reeves, it is A0094 and you have got the same result over here. And I will copy it a couple of steps down and here also a couple of steps down. So friends, hope you have now understood the difference between VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, match, XMatch and index. Hope you have learned something new. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. We'll see you again in the next video. Till that time, goodbye.